Hey guys, welcome back. This is your boy Loki, where I share tips, tricks, insights, tutorials, raw practical insights on how to use AI in your ecosystem, in your development environment, in your content creation, and so much more. And yet today again, we have brought you a new tool, an open source repository known as SuperPowers. Last time we saw how to use AI in a landing page design or a website designing, portfolio designing, or just UI UX design tools and combine it in a full automated workflow where you can design phenomenal websites, stitch together UI UX components and designs together. The link is in the description below for this video, also pinned in the comments. You guys can check it out. And today we are going open source with a new repository known as Superpowers, which help you brainstorm, write the plans, execute the plans in batches, refine it, execute it, and this is basically what we are talking about. The link to this repository will be pinned in the comments as well as in the description below. So after the video, you can check this out. It's an MIT license-based free-to-use open source repository. It's a complete software development workflow for your coding agents built on top of a set of composable skills and some initial instructions that make sure your agent uses them. How is it different is from that you can plug it into your codex, into your Claude code, into open code environment, into Olama in anywhere, and it acts as a helping parameterized agent that helps Claude Code or Codex to work faster. As we split the agents into different skill sets, different tasks in Claude Code, it will help you automate that process. If you want to build three agents for different tasks like planning, coding, and execution, planning, designing, and execution, in Claude Code. This will do it autonomously. You just have to maintain a set of agents inside the superpowers, and with a click of a command, it will automatically go and create all the agents, execute your plans, handle things autonomously, and then you can put it on a loop. So it starts from the moment you fire up a coding agent. As soon as it sees that you are building something, it doesn't just jump into trying writing the code. It instead step back and asks you what you are really trying to do. After you have signed off all in the designs, agent puts together an implementation plan that's clear enough for an enthusiastic junior engineer with poor taste, no judgment, no project context, and an aversion to this thing to follow. It emphasizes true red-green TDD. You aren't gonna need it. Next up, say it launches a sub-agent driven development process. It is not uncommon for Claude to be able to work autonomously for a couple of hours at a time without deviating from a plan you put together. There's a bunch more to it. So it is available for heads up to Jesse, who actually sponsored this project. There are a lot of, you can say, open source contributors, even from Claude Code developers itself, who have actually sponsored this project. Here are some tasks like brainstorming, using Git work trees, writing plans, sub-agent driven development, testing driven development, requesting code reviews, finishing a development branch. It has a skills library, it has a debugging library, collaboration, philosophy, and you can also contribute it. And you can update the plugins by using hashtag plugin super wow. So let's set up it in Claude Code. I will do it in Claude Code. You guys can also follow the same process from this README file to use it in your codex also by following the commands, and also in open code. On open code, we will do it later or in the next parts of the video. It is fairly simple. Open code is a development environment where you can use different LLM models, open source LLM models, just as you use Claude Code. It is nothing different. If I click on it, and I will show you guys here right now. So this is open code. If I click on this, you will see this is open code, the open source AI coding agent, free models included, or connect any model from any providers, including Claude, GPT, Gemini, and more. You don't have to switch context between Claude code and Codex, or you have to use coding agents like Codex inside Claude code as a skill, right? So it helps you switch LLM models in between in any editor on any kind of plan. It also gives you a way to use Claude Opus for free, but that's a different story for now. So this is OpenCode, a very popular open source coding agent that has a lot of new features to it, which you can also use with superpowers to automate your entire process. So here is hashtag plugin, hash slash plugin. I will just copy this space, copy the code, and yeah, let's go to our working space now. Let's switch the scene. So we are on our ID now. As you can see, I've already Claude Code fired up and I have done some considerable amount of work and planning. This is our Claude Code, and we just need to paste this here, and it will start adding the repository into the marketplace, and it is done. It is already done. Now let me just paste another code. I will give you commands in the description also, so you don't have to go right forth and back again and again. Yeah, and this will basically mean that I can use it, install for you, install for all collaborators on this repository, for you in this repo only. Uh, I will do it for myself. Basically, this will mean that I can use this on any of the projects globally on my system, not just specific to this project. You can do for a specific project also. Since I'm installing it globally and I will be using it for multiple projects at once, I don't want to install it again and again for every project and scope it out to a specific project, though it is very brilliant. And I would say, I would recommend you guys to do it on a specific project basis so that it sets up a specific local scope. When it specifically designs a scope for a certain project, it restricts its boundaries not to try to go and fetch any other thing to do. But since it is a generalized thing and I'm just trying to showcase you guys, so I'm going to do it install for you on the user level. So it works across ID, multiple coding IDs like anti-gravity, Vercel, or you can say VS Code or Cursor. As of now, I'm on Cursor, as you guys can see, and it can work. I can fire up it on multiple work trees or multiple repositories I'm working on. So let's just click on install for you, and yeah, restart Claude Code to load the new plugin. So slash exit, clear. And now let's do Claude Code use terminal. And I think we are good to go. And now we can use this plugin. And let me see. If I click slash help, I should see something. Exploring Claude Code general commands, custom commands, shortcuts for more help. Okay, escape to cancel. I don't want this. I want superpowers. So let's say plugin, search, code review, code. Here I will search superpowers. Yep. Double shot latte superpowers marketplace element of style episodic memory superpowers marketplace superpowers chrome superpowers lab developed for Claude, and there's a lot of stuff. Let me just quickly do this slash yeah, right. As you can see, I typed superpowers slash superpowers, and it is showing me brainstorm. You must use this before any creative work. Execute plan in batches with review checkpoints. Detail implementation plan with bit-sized tasks. When use when starting any conversation. Establish how to find and use skills. Let's use superpowers. Using superpowers. This will help us get a hang around. I understand I will invoke skills before any response when they might apply. Even at a 1% chance, skills tell me how to approach tasks. User interaction tell me what to do. What would you like to work on? I am trying to optimize the project such that if 100 users are sending in queries simultaneously, the project is ready to handle that load. How can we achieve that? What will the implementation plan look like? I'm just doing it in a normal way. Let's see how it works. So it's not too different, but it also helps you structure things properly because now you don't have to again and again switch skills, load different Claude.md files for different use cases or different marketplace skills. It will just understand what to do, how to do. I'll help you design a scalability solution for handling 100 concurrent users. Let me first understand the current project architecture. So I will click on yes, and now it will try to understand the architecture and it is using brainstorming skill. So it is not executing anything, it is not altering your code, it is just reading. It's like plan mode of Claude code with extra steroids injected into it. If you guys can understand. I know I'm talking too much and it's just really good to see that how these things come around so well. There is something known as test-driven development, which helps us a lot in the development environment because there are a lot of code tests, end-to-end tests that we need to do. And for this, we need to have different libraries like Jest, Chai, or Mocha, or whatever. And you have to write Python test scripts. You have to write TypeScript-based test scripts, and then you have to execute it on different parameters. It is good that this will help us reduce a lot of burden on that front because it will automatically automate the whole plan of writing and testing end-to-end scripting for each of our function implementation and what kind of dynamics the implementation is going to have, what are the key constraints and KPIs and all that stuff. You guys know it better. Yeah. And now it is reading all the files and it has used 56 more tool uses. So let's just hit Control O and let me see what is happening. As you can see, it is yeah, the main and explore this deep research product to understand its architecture. For scalability planning, I need to understand the main entry points, the core components, existing async and concurrency patterns, database cache uses, LLM providers, current bottlenecks, and sibling tool call. I think there was some error here, and then it started reading all the files one by one, and which is cool. Let's go back, and it has done. What's your deployment target? Single server, one powerful machine. Okay, excellent analysis. This gives me a clear picture of your current architecture. Let me confirm my understanding with key questions. Now it is asking you questions, so you also getting the clarity. What's your deployment target? Single server, one powerful machine handling all 100 users, simpler, low cost, horizontal scaling, multiple servers, containers behind a load balancer, cloud native, more complex, hybrid. Start single server with architecture that can scale horizontally later. Let's go with this recommendation and let's see how we can do that. This determines whether we focus on async concurrency optimizations versus distributed architecture patterns. I would recommend that we should do distributed architecture patterns because it is a more hybrid customizable way where you can have control over your data privacy, your compliancy, native functionalities where you are handling a lot of research data, a lot of parameters and user data while keeping the inference level modalities like LLM instructions or outputs given by different LLM models or any kind of model you are preparing for can be run on an LLM model or a cloud native version. You can do that. So it combines all the parts into two different distributed architecture and helps you reduce the server cost plus makes it more effective when there is a server failure as we see on daily basis, guys, there is an outage in North Virginia, in US East one zone, East two zones. So it is very helpful to do that, and it is good that it is letting us know that according to use case what should or what can we do or can be done. Okay, good choice. Now the most critical architectural decision. The crew AI kickoff calls block the entire thread, which is the hashtag one bottleneck. The crew kickoff calls. Understand this, guys. The crew kickoff calls block the entire thread, which is hashtag one bottleneck. Options: the worker queue pattern recommended keeps crew AI and Celery RQ workers queries return job IDs immediately. Workers process in background. Clients poll webhook for results. Pros: minimal code changes, proven pattern, and natural horizontal screening. Adds Redis dependency, slightly more complex deployment. Replace QAI with direct LLM calls. Remove QAI, call OpenAI and Gemini SDKs directly with async clients. Significant rewrite, lose QAI agent abstraction. This is not an option. We cannot go with second option because it is very, very necessary for us. Process pool isolation. Keep QAI but run each query in a separate process via process pool executor. Pros: bypass GIL, isolates memory, quick to implement. Cons: high memory overhead, limited to GPU cores. It means it exponentially increases if I go with this option. You guys understand that if I go with bypass GIL option, the price according to the execution and overhead will increase exponentially, because when I scale it and when I scale it fast, it will increase our GPU cores and our costs will go higher. So for us, we should use creep UI and add celery, because adding Redis dependency is much more good or better than removing anything, because Redis helps in caching and marking checkpoints in different dynamic executions. So I would say worker queue pattern. Click on tab and I would say this, because doing it direct calls should not be done. And now, which task queue technology? Celery plus Redis, industry standard, battle tested, rich features, retry monitoring, scheduling, heavier setup, more moving parts. RQ, Redis queue simpler, lightweight, Python native, good for straightforward job processing, minimal effort, easy to understand, fast to implement, fewer features, less monitoring. Dramatic queue, modern alternative to Celery, better defaults, simpler API, cleaner API than Celery, good performance, built-in retries, similar smaller community, less documentation, which could lead to a issue. So I would say that we should go with Celery plus Redis, not just Redis queue. So it helps in scaling into distributed architecture model when we scale past the 100 users, because this dynamic is for 100 users right now. So when we scale, Celery and Redis will have to be scaled horizontally, parallelly to our systems, right? And please, guys, let me know your feedback on this and what is your thinking and how well it is actually performing on these kinds of tasks. How should clients receive results? Since queries now run asynchronously in workers, clients need a way to get results. Polling recommend for simplicity. Client receives a job ID, poll, endpoint until complete. WebSocket streaming, clients open WebSocket connection, receives real-time progress updates and final results. Webhook callback. No polling overhead, good for server to server. Requires clients to expose endpoints, firewall issues, server-side events, one-way streaming from server to client over HTTP, smaller than WebSockets, works through proxies, real-time, one direction only, connection timeout handling. And so you guys see that it is how well it is just handling every task, asking questions, and one by one it is planning and executing things. I should just now exit out of this. See and clear. I'm not going to do anything right now, guys, because it will take a lot more time to understand and make things bearable for you guys. So this is the thing, and of course you can fork this repository, follow the right skills for creating and testing new skills, and submit a PR so you can also contribute to this project. When you have to update, you can just run this command hashtag plugin update superpowers, so you can update the superpowers in Claude code. And also you can write a claude.md file specifically in a markdown format just like this. So Claude will automatically install the plugin itself when it is needed. So you don't have to globally install it, but you can keep it as an MD file. So whenever you need specific functionalities of superpowers for a local project you are running, so it can restrict the scope to that project, and Claude Code will automatically download this plugin and start for that specific project only to manage things more easily. If there is a bigger project, there are multiple developers, like 4 or 5 developers working on a single project, then it becomes much more efficient this way to use superpowers. I will link the repository in the description as well as in the comments below. Let me know, guys, how beneficial is this for you guys. I know this is a very short video, but yeah, this is it. Have fun, guys, and take care. Bye bye.